My name is Wunmi, apparently. And I'm 30. I graduated from Unilag, where I studied political science in 2012. So that's about 9 years. Oh my God, I feel very old. Okay, so yes, I'm the founder of Shoepify, and that started when I was 25, when I still had a 9 to 5. Yes, I was working at a financial institution at the time. And I thought that I could do something at the side. I've always liked to be in fashion. Yes, always. I mean, I can sew. I know how to.
Oh, really?
Yes, I can.
Nice.
Yes. So I thought I was going to do something more in that capacity more. But I wanted to do this on the side so I could, sponsor that. But it happened, as it turns out, this is my full-time job now. This is what I do.
When you decided to stop your 9 to 5 and do Shopify, were you afraid?
Okay, so I'm a very reckless person when it comes to that. Don't try this at home. No. I don't advise anybody to do it. Yes. I usually prioritize the things that give me satisfaction more than anything else. So I remember that trying to quit, and then my mom saying that, have you gotten another job? She was so afraid. Like, it took a while before you got this one. Why would you just let it go? And I said, I wasn't finding fulfillment. I think the other generation don't understand that. You're paying your bills. What do you mean fulfillment? What's that? So that was the expression that I got. That was what she said. I remember she was trying to get my uncle to talk to me not to quit the job. But I said, it was my decision. My mind was made up. If I ever beg you for money, please do not give me. Mind you, I said this without having any money. Because it wasn't like I had saved money from the 9 to 5. I was being poorly paid, and I was giving my 100%. So I wasn't finding any fulfillment. And it looked to me like they understood that I was valuable. They probably not let me go easily, but they weren't willing to move me up. So I just realized that I'm not going to be able to stay here. One of my managers said that you're so courageous. Like, you're one of the fastest learners I've ever met. And you're very courageous, like leaving a job for uncertainty. Like, I understand totally wanting to leave, but I've been trying to leave this job for several years, and I don't have the courage. And then she said that I guess that's one of the advantages of being young. You just, and it's good that you can take this risk now. And I have absolutely no regrets leaving the job.
I'll take you back a bit.
Okay.
Describe your first sale to me. When you made your first sale, how did it make you feel?
Okay. I remember the exact name of the person and the exact item I sold to the person. And we are friends today.
Aww,
yes.
That's cute.
Because that's very important to me. I sometimes when I see people send messages, because I still peep in to look at what they're doing on social sometimes, like, is everybody fine? And then I see some messages from some people. I'm like, oh my God, I remember this person from the very. There was a lady that was getting married, I think, in 2020, and then she was trying to look for. So I stepped into the conversation, and I was reminding her. Then we started to have a conversation, and she noticed that the tone had changed. So I was reminding her that. So I told her that I remember that from her first purchase, and how she used to work in a financial institution, and how she told everybody in at the branch to make purchases from us. So I remember her branch, I remember her address. And then when I was telling her this, she was like, oh my God. And it made her, she was like, you're making me tear up, because I didn't expect that you remember. That she just came as somebody, like, she didn't want to try to remind anybody anything. She just wanted to make a purchase and just go away. And it kind of touched her a lot. And we've been in contact since then. So, for the first purchase, there was a lady that just found us on Instagram. Because of my own personal Instagram, I was able to, like, push the brand for a bit at the time. Now it has outgrown me, so I can't do that. So I remember that when she made that purchase, our packaging wasn't what it is currently. So she just gave a little feedback and said, oh, I like it. Everything came in proper shape and all that. So I remember, I knew at that point that there was something she wanted to say that she held back, but she just gave the feedback based on the good things only. She didn't say anything negative. So I asked her for that, like, is there anything else? She was like, of course you can work a bit more on the packaging, but I think everything else is fine, and I like the quality of the shoes. So I said, thank you. So she kept coming back, and then she introduced the whole entire building to us. Yes.
So how has it been so far?
It's been challenging. I usually just tell people that it's the most challenging thing I've ever had to do. I mean, when I started, I was thinking, it can't be that difficult to just, sell shoes to people online. And then as we started operations and we started to get into it, there was a need to do something more meaningful, something more impactful. We realized that, oh, this is not just selling shoes, this is an entire experience. So how do we move forward from this one? How do we make it better for people? And it's an entire business. So it's yes. So it's pretty challenging.
So you started off, everything was going well, and all of a sudden, the whole world came to a stop.
Yeah.
How was it? How was doing business at that particular time, with the pandemic and everything?
Okay, so the thing with the COVID-19 is that nobody had experienced it before, so nobody was trained in that capacity. Yeah. Nobody knew what to expect. It's not like it had happened before 10 years ago, so we could draw from that. We didn't see it coming at all. Everybody entered into 2020 with the excitement. Oh my God, 2020, let's do this, let's do that. And we're really pretty much very...
At the beginning.
Yes, very excited. And then all of a sudden, February came and then, there was going to be lockdown. COVID took about 7 to 8 months from us, basically. So sometimes I say, I don't want to remember that period. I just want to move ahead because it took a lot from us. And then it came with a lot of uncertainties. Like, people they didn't know what was going to happen next. So you can imagine that the next thing that they would be putting their money on will be shoes.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere. They are not going anywhere, actually, because I remember that personally it had an effect on me because I had to, for like the first month after the lockdown, I couldn't like really function. I couldn't do anything. Actually, I couldn't. I just was there. I was like, I don't want to tell people to buy shoes. It's unfair. How can you do that to people? They are not going anywhere. Even me, I haven't gone anywhere. All the shoes I haven't worn them.
Home, yeah.
So why would I be pushing shoes in people's faces? And then after going through all that emotions, at some point I had to leave social media to like stop taking in everything. And after like doing that for a while, I decided, you know what? I need to speak to these people. Let's have a conversation. How are you feeling? By the time I was able to pull myself together, so I decided to take to Instagram, obviously communicate with customers. We're with you. Let's, hear your thoughts. How are you feeling? You're not alone. This thing is happening everywhere in the world, so don't worry. And you'll be surprised. People want to talk, and they responded.
Next 5 years, what's next for Shoepify? I know I asked something very similar before, and I want you to just be direct.
Okay. Well, what we are currently looking at, I'm going to say that COVID set us back like an entire year, and now we are just trying to put things together properly and move ahead with the original plan. Of course, definitely on the long run, our own brand, our name is coming on shoes. Definitely, 100% it's going to happen. For now, we are still trying to like make deals with brands to make sure that we actually retail their items here, and we've been making a lot of progress recently. So that is it. People want to buy. We don't want you to travel and buy shoes when you're coming back to the country. We want you to know that we have you or your back, like we are prepared for you. That's the idea, basically.
So in past 5 years, what would you say has been like your most enlightening moments? Like this thing really like opened your eyes and you're like, wow, so this is what like the business world feels like.
I think that I would say that customers' feedback. Like feedback has been like a great source of inspiration for me especially, and the entire team. It's okay, like it's one thing to want to do something at your own little corner. Oh, I'm just trying to do this thing for a few people, or I'm just trying to do this thing, and then you're hearing people say stuff like, or say things like, when I made this purchase, I didn't expect it to come, I was waiting, or I was skeptical, or I'd given up on buying on the internet. And then I'm like, wait a minute, is it that serious? Like, yes. And then you realize that these things are actually that deep. They are. People don't get value for money. People have a lot of experiences, bad every time. And then to me, I'm thinking, oh, I'm just doing what I'm naturally good at. As in, providing service is something that I actually love doing. When I was doing my 9 to 5 days, what I mostly focused on was customer service. So it came to me naturally. And then when people send me messages and say that, sorry, have you done retail abroad before? Because you seem to take this thing all seriously. Because, well, if there is anything that I use or anything, and what I would consider my greatest attribute in life is empathy. I'm able to put myself in other people's shoes at every point. So I'm saying, why are you delivering this thing to this person this way? If you paid good money for something, if it came to you this way, would you be happy? No, let's not do that. So most of the time, like, we have to like talk to customers, manage customers. I mean, people just think that we have great reviews only. Oh my God, I'm always seeing your feedback. We do have the bad days, definitely, but they can definitely not come close to they can't outnumber the good days. So.
Alright, let's take it back a bit. Right, so if you're looking at the next 5 years now, what are you very excited about? Looking towards the future.
Okay. I think that what people always want me to say is, oh, we are going to open 32 branches all over the world. Of course, we are going to get there. Of course, but I want to look beyond just opening brick and mortar stores. Like, for example, Forever 21 had to shut down a lot of stores nationwide, worldwide. Like, yes, in 2020. I think we are moving away from that. Just opening stores. I mean, it's okay to have a flagship branch. It's okay to have a physical location. But I don't think that where the world is going. For example, ASOS doesn't have any physical store. And they deliver all over the world. So that's what I'm looking at. I don't think that it's really compulsory for us to like open a physical location. The other day, I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw like a retail store too. I don't know, something brought it to my feed. And I saw and the lady was having a conversation saying something about how they opened their store just before the lockdown started, and it's probably not one of the best decisions that they had made, and now they're considering shutting down so that they could meet up, because I mean, inflation is killing everybody, and then you have to cut down costs as much as possible. Like, is this thing really necessary, or is just a status symbol? Because yes, we need to be honest about it, because I feel like when people do stuff, like they do things like that, they tend to do it more because of what it looks like or how appealing it is, and not necessarily what is best for the business. And at every point you find me thinking, what is best for the business and the customers, because we're thinking about them. Would they even come in? I mean, no, I don't think anybody was going anywhere physically to shop because everybody's trying to be safe. Exactly. And we're getting used to shopping online. Finally, if there is anything that we got from that, we actually made people shop more online, which was what we've been trying to do.
Great. So if you could look back at yourself, maybe before you started Shoepify, what's one thing you tell your younger self right now?
I should have started sooner. I should have started sooner. And maybe another thing that I would have gotten some skills too, so that to make like the growth faster, because I mean, a lot of things I had to learn on the job, I didn't know. I had to learn while running the brand, and then I wish for Shoepify, I wish I had earlier. Really, because the money you think you're trying to save, you're not saving the money by not hiring people to like do the job. You're not.
So aside Wunmi of Shoepify, what other Wunmi exists?
Okay. Well, I've dedicated like the last 4 years of my life trying to build this brand. So basically, I realized that at some point that do I have a personality? Do I do other things apart from trying to, run this business? And I don't think there is much, or at the time I didn't think there was much, and then I started to ask my friends, am I a boring person? Do I add anything to your life? Am I valuable to you at any point? Because all I do is just work, basically. But I think I'm trying to get my life, especially since like the team expanded. So we have people working, and then delegation is easier. Like things are like easier moving and free flowing. So it's easy for me to, this is my time and I can do it. Yes, I pretty much, now I'm paying attention more to my social life. I'm trying to, get out there again as the world is allowing us to actually free ourselves little by little from the entire pandemic and all that. So I'm getting back into that groove of who I used to be before the brand started. I remember that I used to be very social. Yes.
Okay. So personally, for Wunmi, what's your mantra going forward?
Well, if there is anything anybody knows about me, is that I value consistency a lot. Like whatever you do, just keep fine-tuning your skills. Like just start anyway, and then just keep. You will learn on the job. You are not going to wait till you are perfect before you start. You are never going to start or do anything. Yeah, start with whatever you have with. I mean, it might sound like cliche, like that's what people say, start with whatever you have. But trust me, yes. Today we're able to do production in an actual studio that we own, and we're able to do a lot of things. I mean, there was a time that I used to wait for daylight. I would say, okay, can we, shoot outside so that we can. So basically, just be consistent. Start. You get better at these things.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Wunmi, and I'm on Convazations. I own Shoepify, your favorite online shoe store, and you can find us on Instagram at Shoepify, Shoepify.